Hello, this is Dr. Dahan. This is your show, doctors, where we share principles, wisdom, invaluable tools, insights, and inspiration to help you become the ultimate healthcare provider. I'd like to discuss with you today about the usage of patient education brochures. To many doctors, patient education brochures are not something which is so detrimental or important or critical, I should say. They have a few of them, somebody proposed it to them, they posted them, and they say, that's about all I need. Now, if you think about it, patient education brochures are phenomenally important, and amazingly enough, in all clinics, pretty much you'll find some brochures. What is critical, however, is the usage of these brochures. How to maximize these brochures. What do you do to make these brochures a generic system whereby you're going to benefit from them in all aspects? Your patients will benefit, the clinic will benefit, you'll benefit, everyone will benefit. So let me give you some pointers as to why patient education brochures are so critical in the growth and the maintenance of your clinic. Patient education brochures, first of all, especially for the medical integration, needs to be a brochure that is created for the medical integration. I know these brochures inside out. There are 27 of them, and they're all specific to medical integration. Now, what makes a patient education brochure specific for medical integration? Well, although the title is the same, it mentions that this is a multidisciplinary clinic. So the patient is already aware of the type of services that you're rendering. When you open the brochure, and each and every one of these brochures for these 27 titles, it will describe it as to what it is from a holistic healthcare point of view, as well as pointing out some of the chiropractic, the medical, and the team approach that is based on the type of services that you render in an integrated medical center. The other thing also is it will mention about how to prevent it, some of the treatment that you will render, perhaps injections, perhaps some invasive type of treatment. It will give you both approaches. And not only that, it will also tell you about some of the nutrients, the herbs, or even dietary consideration. Here's the beautiful thing about such a concept and having multidisciplinary clinic or integrated medical centers brochures. You're given the opportunity for your center to be a completely holistic center. Whether or not you're medically integrated or thinking about medical integration has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that you want to give your patient the best approach and the common knowledge of what there is to know about their condition. Another thing is a brochure should be used in many different ways. And let me give you some examples of what can be done with them. When the patients come into the clinic and they see a beautiful display of all those brochures, they will know for a fact that you treat many different conditions. While they're sitting there, if they're not looking at their phone, they'll be able to pick one up. Another thing is, as the patient walks away, make sure that your front staff tells the patient, take one of these home about, your condition. Make sure the patient, the front desk person knows what this is. Take that condition and hand it to them. Let them take it. In the back of it, make sure that your name and your business card is in there. The business card in there should be a card as a courtesy card for a courtesy examination so that they can refer more people to that. Another thing that you should do. I'm a strong believer that irrespective of where the internet has taken us today with the emails and everything else, that you should still send a mail by USPS, a snail mail as they call it, a physical letter to the patient when they walk into your clinic, the very first day. I'm a strong believer in that. Now you may say, well, that's old-fashioned today, nobody opens the mail. Not true. The mail still exists today, and it will exist for many, many years to come for many reasons. One of the reasons is that the mail is something that everybody has to open to. How many emails have you sent that has never been opened? Think about that. But yet this, for sure, will be open. And most people have 2 to 3 emails. So even though they may give you one email, that may not be the one they open or that they look at. So therefore, because of that, a real brochure, a physical brochure, something that they will receive in the mail, will be appreciated. Send them a letter along with your business card, welcoming them to the office, as well as a brochure with the condition that they came in for. 27 of them, you've got to find one of them that has those conditions. If you do not, one of these brochures, interestingly enough, Here's a brochure that talks about the whole concept of the holistic aspect of medical integration. Pick that one and send it to them. But I can almost guarantee you that the conditions that are in here, almost all of them will deal with this. If those brochures, which I'm suggesting, and I'll have a link in this video of where you can get these brochures. If these brochures are not what you want, create them. Create them for your office. It's not that difficult. It takes time, of course, takes discipline, yes, and it's a cost. But think about what the patient will say, and will think about your treatment in your clinic. Once you've sent it to them, make sure also some of these brochures are distributed and displayed in different parts of the office, so that as the patients walk in, wherever they are, they're able to look at that information and they can use it. Another thing, when you speak to the patient, make sure that you open the brochure in front of them during the report of findings and go over some of that information. Cover some of that information and give it to them as a directive. Give them some information. Take your pen and circle their condition. Circle some of the things that you want to emphasize and let them know and say, please take this home to review when you can. This would be important in order to take care of your health care. When patients know that the doctor is interested in focus and literally interested in their condition in a way which is personal, where there's a relationship, the patient now believes in you. By believing in you, a few things will happen. First and foremost, patient retention goes up. They'll come on a regular basis and they won't miss appointment. Number two, they'll realize that your recommendation is true, is real, something that you mean, something that you would do for your own family member. Three, they'll appreciate what you've done and they'll tell their friends about it, which will generate more patients for you. Last but not least, they'll pay their bills. They'll pay their co-pays, and they'll make sure that you get paid for the services because they appreciate what you've done. They appreciated the fact that you were genuine and that you were professional about it, and then therefore that they need to pay you for the money for the service that you've rendered for them. Another thing about education. Once the patient is educated and they know what it's all about, they know what you're doing, they know what you're offering, they know what you've got, there's a great advantage to that. You have now taken a person in the population, your audience in your town, and you've taught them something which is critical to their health care. They will tell others about it, who will tell others about it. And that's how the chain of events will spread. By helping us and helping each other, making this a better world, we will create a beautiful universe for each and everyone to live in. Wouldn't it be so wonderful if all patients who had illnesses and who had issues, conditions, wouldn't it be wonderful if all of us worked together to create an environment where each and every single person is well taken care of in a holistic approach and given the best of health care so that everybody can be healthy? You might say, well, if everybody's healthy, then we don't need doctors anymore. Please God, that should be the miracle. The doctor's job is to help people become better, but wouldn't it be amazing if we could use preventative health care, preventative medicine, instead of letting the conditions deteriorate and then let them come to us for some kind of treatment? Wouldn't it be amazing if we could help patients prevent any type of disease or prevent any type of illness? And then we would have a lot healthier people. Think about this. Your job and your purpose as a doctor is not just to make money. Obviously, it's one of the reasons why we work, but it's not the reason why you're a doctor. As a doctor, as a healthcare professional, your job, your purpose, your goal, your focus should be on healing the world, making everyone healthier than they ever thought they could be, and helping them get there. That's the knowledge you've acquired when you went through your training. You were given this ability. It's an interesting concept. I want to share that with you because I think you would like to hear that. In the Talmud, it says that with every single physician, next to every single physician, stands an angel. Imagine that. And that angel is actually the one who gives the health restoration to the patient, meaning that health does not come from you. You're the doctor, of course. You've got the mind, you've got the heart, you've got the knowledge, you've got the tools, You're just the instrument. The healing, however, comes from God Almighty Himself. Quite amazing, isn't it? And this angel stands by you, and that angel is the one that actually heals the patient with your blessing, with your conditions, with your instrument. You're being the tool, the conduit by which the patient receives that. Isn't that amazing if you think about that? Now you might say, well, I don't believe in all that. That's fine. You don't have to believe in this. You don't even have to listen to it and say, this is something I can keep in my mind. That's fine. Know, however, that the fact that you're able to treat patients, that's a privilege that you're given. That's something that you should treat and cherish in a unique way, because that will make you a unique person treating remarkable people that live in this world. And I hope that you listen to that. So again, if you want to see some of these brochures, get more, check on the link below. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel so you can get more notification and you'll get more of these shows. This is your show. If you have any comments, please feel free. I promise you that I will answer to all the comments. Comments can be left in the boxes below, and I will respond to each and every one of them. You can also email me at drdahan@dahanlive.com at any given time, or you can, if you wish, call me at 888-888-67-DAHAN, 888-673-2426, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions at any given time. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell to get my latest update.